logjam of teams with 4 wins in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League continues to grow. The Oakville Buzz can get there tonight, but on the other side of the ledger, the Toronto Beaches look to remain perfect, sitting at 8-0. This is your Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week. I'm Matthew Carrick alongside Jonathan Donville and our JVI Sports Network crew. Glad to have you aboard here at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center, and hard to tell who this is a bigger game for, if it's the Beaches who want to maintain that perfect record, Donnie, or Oakville who need to keep pace in the standings.
I don't think we're at the time this summer, Matty, where the perfect record becomes too much pressure, but we're starting to get close to it, where you start to compare this Beaches group to, for example, the 2023 Orangeville Northman, other groups that have had stellar seasons, maybe not quite there, but we're getting close. And for Oakville, they need a win. Everyone needs a win. If you look at, there's kind of 3 tiers in the standings right now. You have Beaches and Mimico at the top. Obviously, Mimico coming off 2 tough losses. Then you have the next tier, Orangeville, Whitby, Brampton, and then basically everybody else is in that next mix. So wins are important here, and obviously in Junior A, you always have to defend home floor.
Home floor tonight on the side of the Oakville Buzz in their cream jerseys. Black shorts and helmets going right to left away from Evan Constantopoulos, the Buffalo Bandits draft pick and champion from the NLL. And on the other side of things, Thomas Kizak leads the Beaches as he's done pretty much all season long. Face off here. I don't know, man. That looks like it's stuck in the stick. About to find out from Josh Ford, who then flips it back around the other way. And Ryan Baker gets the first possession.
Some great acting there from Coach O'Connor, showing exactly how the ball was stuck in the back of the stick. Some good interpretive dance there on the sidelines.
Ford from the far side, that shot bounces through. You got to look at number 14 for Oakville, Will Sheehan, him and Will Firth. Rightfully so, names we're going to call a lot here tonight. 2 of the better offensive players in the entire league.
Yeah, 4 of the top 11 scorers in the OJLL are in this game. Firth is obviously the headliner for Beaches. Greg Palmer is also in that top 10. Matt Collison currently in 11th, but he's getting up there with the games played. He's certainly on a short list of guys in the OJLL. And then Sheehan is the story for the Buzz. He's been one of the top scorers in the league all year long. A smooth player out of Yale.
Although Matt Collison there on that offensive possession, back-to-back shots and saves from Constantopoulos on his first showing. Broughton took his man down, may have grabbed a horse collar there on Xander Durkatz that went unnoticed. Sheehan pushed out wide, going to the far side. Here's Oakville. Outside shot goes off the end glass. Durkatz gets it back with 5 on the shot clock into Kizak, who falls, but had it caught on that left leg.
Yeah, Broughton with that Philadelphia Wings era, Boston Blazers era, Paul Dawson haircut. We mentioned it last week. I knew he reminded me of something, but some nice flow coming out the back of the bucket.
Owen Wills, wearing number 91 tonight, crashes in. Ball here to Greg Palmer. Hamish McPherson now, who's become pretty good complement on that, perhaps B offensive unit on the left side, which is normally held by, as we said, Collison and Firth.
Yeah, you know what you're going to get from Firth and Collison. Anything that they can get from McPherson is basically found money for this Beaches team, but they're going to find it more often than not. It's one of the deeper groups in the OJLL, and that's why they're the last undefeated team in the country.
Here's Jack McAlpine. Gives back to Sheehan, who ducks and drives, bouncing off defenders, still turns and fires. And Kizak there to make the save, but the rebound picked up by Brian Jackman.
If there's a signature move for Sheehan, it's that toe drag. A very slick player out of the windup. You got to be fundamental, have great approaches if you're the Beaches.
Jackman had a bit of trouble with it from outside. Back to McAlpine on the crease, and he goes through. If McAlpine's going to score tonight, it's going to be in a big moment. That's pretty much where a lot of his goals come from.
Yeah, one of the most recognizable pairs of shoes in the OJLL, too. Those bright yellow ones. Shades of Mark Steinhaus in Buffalo with the orange kicks.
Dante Bowen's, pastel green and red are pretty good, too. When is the best kicks in the OJLL coming to lacrosse culture daily?
We're going to have to get it on the to-do list. Yeah, we're going to have to get it up there.
Cross floor pass. Lands in the stick of Durkatz. He spins off pressure. Under 10 to go in the shot clock for Oakville again. Another one that they're late on. Ryan Bullock. Blue bucket for Bullock tonight.
Matty, I was a practitioner of the black socks, black shoes look. Don't see that too much anymore. A bit of a dying art in the OJLL. Don't see that a whole lot anymore.
A lot of white matching the, crease. Tough to call in the crease, of course. Tough to call here anyways without the use of video. Willem Firth, the strip. Not in front of the net like he did the other night in Orangeville, but still manages to gain the possession, and he'll wait for Collison to come onto the floor. Now to the outside on the run, sidearm shot. That was AJ Nikolic, the American, getting the reset. Now Collison from outside. First sets the screen. Pardon me, that's McPherson in front. Palmer a couple stunner steps before letting a shot fly.
Yeah, that strip was actually by McPherson on the last play, but then they also earned an extra possession down there as well. That was really a story of the Orangeville game, their ability to turn balls over in the kind of the backcourt for Orangeville. Oakville's got to be clean on their exits from the zone, have outlets to support, and you got to be careful, especially around 14.
Seen a lot of Dirkats so far in this game. They'll go down low to Sheehan. Also in 14, as we mentioned, Dirkats. Outside bounce shot. Goes off the end boards. And some tough defense being played up top. And Tyler Francis Renner.
Yeah, I thought that was a good possession by David Petterkin from Beaches. For my money, he's been one of the best defenders we've seen this summer. Just an athletic guy all over the ball. We've played good, solid defense there on Sheehan.
Firth up top, screen in front, Collison. Firth will go to the outside, back in front, and a huge collision there with Hunter Lubinecki. And then another Beaches player hits the deck at the tail end of the shot clock.
Good team defense there by Jake Wright from Oakville, recognizing that there was an opening on the backside. A good collapse to the crease, takes that opportunity away. Good recognition by Seven in yellow, in cream, honey color?
Cream City.
Cream City, perfect.
Wojnarski up over center. Going back the other way after a brief transition from the Oakville Buzz. They'll wait for Collison off the bench yet again. McPherson. Back to the right side, McPherson and Collison now. Collison shoots through traffic, and Konstantopoulos goes across to make the save.
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting kind of game within the game here. Oakville sitting back pretty far on some of those shots. When Konstantopoulos can see it really well, it seems like a good strategy, but you got to be careful. Collison and Firth especially can get these online, sitting back pretty far, but also it might be better than a guy like Collison driving. So something to watch for Oakville, how much they pressure the ball.
Konstantopoulos, an .831 goals against average and an 84 save percentage through 6 games, all starts.
And our viewers have a great angle of him in the net from where we're broadcasting. Just not a lot to look at. One of the biggest goalies in the OJ.
Not a ton of room, as you said. They go back to the right-hand side, and as you mentioned a bunch of times already when we've done Beaches games, they love that east-west pass. Haven't really shown it off yet, but something that Konstantopoulos wants to be wary of.
Well, that's one way to mitigate the east-west pass, Matty, is to just sit back. If the passes go around the outside, even if they're east-west, you don't mind it too much.
McAlpine sends the ball down low. Konstantopoulos to the bench. As we get our first penalty of the game, it'll be an interference call here against the Toronto Beaches. Looks like Matt Firth is going off. Matt Firth, no relation. As we were told, coming over from Alberta in a trade just before the season started.
Matt, I think the track here, the Oakville Buzz, one of the best DJ music setups in the league. Always appreciate their mixes here.
Here's McAlpine on the first power play. Already 7 shots in the game for the Beaches. 3 behind is Oakville. That ball bounced down right in front of Wills. Eventually Beaches pick it up, and it will be Owen Wills that brings it up and across center.
Yeah, Wills was fantastic on Sunday in Orangeville, both defending the ball and also getting under the skin of the Northman players. Really had a large impact in that game.
Won't see Isaac tonight as Collison finds a corner, cuts through, takes the shot, and Constantopoulos went with him to his right to make probably his best save of the game so far.
We saw a very similar play to that on Sunday in Orangeville, Matty. When they're short-handed, Collison, kind of has the green light to just get his head down and go to the net. You got to be careful on the double teams. I would just have an extra slider waiting, because when he wants to go, there's not a whole lot you can do about it.
Sheehan taking top spot halfway through this power play. Shot clock down under 5. Peterkin blew up the play even though he got knocked down himself. Back all the way up top, a bounce shot from Jackman. And that one wide of the mark, and it'll be a shot clock violation. And everybody on that visitors bench is applauding the effort of the defense.
Yeah, Peterkin and Wills there at the top of the power play, just being dynamic, being disruptive. Two athletic guys who can move around up there.
Final 30 seconds now of the power play. Beaches can't take the whole thing, but no sense of urgency as the ball is all the way to the outside. In the stick of rookie Peyton Booth, who's had a strong first campaign here in the OJLL. That shot, it hits off the defender and goes up and out of play. I thought that was cleanly kicked out, it looked like, by Zach Coolman, but they give Oakville the ball back.
I think the call there was that the ball was still in bounds when the shot clock went off.
Okay.
Good draw weight on the block shot, just guiding it up into the air.
Penalty has expired. We're back to 5-on-5 in a scoreless game. 35 seconds away from the halfway mark. Here's Jake Dawick to Sheehan on the run. Kizek falls again. It was loose there in the crease. Remember the crease roll here. Can't go in to get that ball, so Beach's defense came in to help their goaltender.
A similar game, Matty, really to what we saw Sunday, where it was 0-0 through the first 10 minutes. Also no score in this one. This Beach's offense can get heated up pretty quickly, so you got to be careful if you're Oakville, but a pretty good start, obviously, especially on the defensive end.
Palmer nearly on cue. Held there against the left arm of Constantopoulos. Bagnell up with it as we do indeed pass the halfway mark. Jake Dawick. Brother Josh with an 11-point game with the Oakville Rock here on Monday night. Luke also played in that game as an AP. Headed out and down floor, Tyler Francis Renner. Feeds Owen Wills. I said it on Sunday, I'll say it again. Print the name bar on the back of that number 91 jersey. McPherson for Firth. Riley O'Connor told me before the game this captain is special. He said there's only word to describe it. Passes that time as Booth takes the shot. Going back after it is Firth, and he's going to win the possession. Quick stick. Cross crease pass, and Constantopoulos there to take it away from Greg Palmer. Can't say that too many times this season.
That's what kills you with Firth, is the plays when you let your guard down just for a second in the ride and on the resets and kind of the broken plays. Gets more production out of those areas than most other guys, and then obviously that goes with his skill plays as well. But you got to find them in the unsettled situations. How
about Caden Hewitt again? We keyed on him. I know that went around on social media with Charlie Boone getting knocked down. Good defensive play that's going to lead to another shot clock violation against Oakville.
Yeah, this Beach's defense really flies around. Just not a lot of, again, Matt, you talk about guys having their hands in their eyes. That's what Beach's really tries to eliminate. Try to get pressure on the ball, try to get out and play shooters. A little bit of a different style than Oakville. Both have been effective here so far.
Gonna try and run it around. ISO play coming here for Collison. Shoots over the top, the sidearm off the end boards, and Palmer unable to handle it inside of center, so it goes over and back.
Boy, that one looked good from here. Giving, again, the outside shots are better than the drives on Collison, but you're still giving him a lot of bingo tickets here. History suggests these are going to start going in pretty soon.
Out of the corner, Sheehan went for the pass instead of the front of the crease dive. Brings it back to McDonald. Now Sheehan reaches around the defender. That didn't miss by much, but it bounces straight to Dawick on the crease, turning, firing. Jackman and Kizek with a big save.
One of the best looks so far for Oakville. Started with a hitch move by Sheehan. He's so good out of the shot windup. He has the toe drag and then the hitch off of the toe drag.
On the crease, oh, that one rolls across the line. Joel Furman's gonna come in and say it's good. There was official right there on the line. We're gonna need a second look ourselves. The signal is goal.
Again, just kind of a broken play. You know, typically you call these your sort outs. Got to sort out who's guarding who. Oakville just loses the guy on the backside. You know, hard to tell from our angle exactly, you know, how that went in, but 1-0 nonetheless.
Must have just tucked in behind the post and then bounced back and across that line. When we first catch a glimpse of it, it's rolling on the correct side, it looked like.
Yeah, Joel Furman had a much better angle on that than we did, and an emphatic call from him. So if you're Oakville, regardless, there's obviously no replay in junior lacrosse. You got to play through it.
Hunter Lubinecki credited with the goal from Firth and Palmer. As the Beaches come back again, Ford moved early on the draw, so they'll come all the way up top for Collison. Firth to set the screen, now the pass comes back. No room to shoot, still tries the twister, and Constantopoulos makes the save. Just so dangerous from anywhere at any time on the floor is Firth.
I think, Matty, to that point, that's what frustrates you. For example, on that goal, just kind of a broken play. You know, you got to be so good on Firth for the game. It's frustrating when you kind of give up an easy one, but at the same time, he seems to get easy ones against everybody. So that's just part of, you know, part of what makes him a great player.
Ball popped out of the stick of Jackman on his way to the net and just kind of floated in toward Kizak. Just the 7th shot on net showing here in-house for the Oakville Buzz to 13 already. For the Beaches, 6.5 left to play. A lot of miscommunication over on that Toronto bench. So Collison gets into the set with under the 10 on the shot clock. Turns back around, finds his man McPherson on the crease, just bounced in and out of the stick. And now Oakville want to run transition. Led by Wright. Kuhlman trailing, and Wright ran himself out of time and space and then bounced it away from Kizak and up out of play.
This starts with a great defensive possession there by Ryan Barker. We talked about the challenges of guarding Collison, especially on Sunday. The big body Barker, one of the biggest defenders on this Oakville team, does a great job pressuring their hands, getting it down the alley, and they finish possession, leads to a good chance for Wright on the other side.
Firth is going to come all the way over to the right side of the floor looking for a pass. Rare one that goes off his stick. Booth to Collison. Cross floor, quick stick, Palmer. And just that half second where he settled it down allowed Constantopoulos to come over and make the save.
Another good defensive possession there. I had a good play by Eric McDonald, avoiding the pick by Firth, going with the Orangeville spin. Get out of the pick.
8-second violation, though, gives it back to Firth and company, and that company is, there's 6 Beaches on the floor right now, and it goes unnoticed. McPherson back here to Firth, bouncing around the outside, 10 on the shot clock. Takes top spot, that little field-style shot. Save made, now Eric McDonald back the other way. He'll put it down to the corner. McDonald continues to drive. Got to the crease, takes the shot, and a too-many men call. Now against the Beaches, there's been all kinds of miscues over on that bench. They finally get one called against them.
Yeah, I think maybe just a little bit of a lack of urgency getting off for Beaches caused this one. We're going to see this look from Firth. Almost throws that off his hip. Does a good job not telegraphing the pass. Throws it off his hip.
So Sheehan to McAlpine as we saw the goal. Second power play opportunity of the night for Oakville. See if they can even this one up. McAlpine shoots. And that hits the left glove of Kizak.
Good play by Hewitt there, not letting himself get fully sealed. Forces kind of a shot through a screen rather than a dunk right in front of the net. If you're McAlpine, might be able to push through there, try to get right to the prime scoring real estate.
David Peterkin staying up on defense this time with Collison. Collison, the only lefty on the rag team.
He's
5
dangerous.
to go on the shot clock.
He's dangerous in these scenarios.
Off the boards, and there was a bit of corner there, but taken away by the big body of Constantopoulos. And then Lubinecki grabs the rebound.
Yeah, too much room for Collison here. He's really dynamic in these situations.
Man in the middle of the set is Zach Kuhlman, who's got to be aware of anybody breaking through the wall, including number 44, who has the ball here. Lowers his shoulder into Thomas Bagnall, then takes the shot. Save made, and because it went off the goalie, no over and back, but they will reset the clock as Lubinecki picks it up.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Once he gets the head of steam, he's just tough, and he's got the green light on this power play to do everything he can to get to the net.
An errant whistle here called over and back against Willem Firth. Stepped over the face-off restraining line. Of course, that has to come back to center, so shot clock reset inadvertently as well. Firth's going to direct traffic here, and with that reset, that can almost take this whole penalty down.
Yeah, it's a bad bounce for Oakville, no doubt about it.
Collison has no mind for that. Well, looked like he was going to go to the crease, and now he pulls it back out. Cutting to the net. Firth had a man all over him, then took a hard collision from Kuhlman right on top of the crease. Clears out just as the shot comes from Collison and goes back after his man. And look out here, this is a rare mental miscue from Willem Firth we haven't seen in his 3 years in the league. Riley O'Connor doesn't like it, wanted the first one called. And I think that's what Firth is arguing as well.
Well, they certainly have a decent argument. I think Firth gets taken down here behind the play. Gets up, gets the guy's shot back. You know, this is a tale as old as time in box lacrosse. Offensive players take. Eventually they give one back. Unfortunately, you usually get called for it.
Right at the tail end of the first penalty. Sheehan from up top, the rising shot scores. 10 seconds into the power play.
Sometimes there's a lot to analyze, Matty, on power plays. Sometimes there's not. No play here. Sheehan just goes low to high. Kaizik's so athletic. He's so great because he can track shooters. When that happens, you got to be good with changing levels. He drops a little bit, almost like a field across shot there. Sheehan pulls it low from the shoot tops right up at the top corner. Goalie drops just a little bit, puts it right in that top corner. Very hard shot to execute, but if you can hit it, it is A, effective, and B, very pretty.
Jaden Maseko stepping in for the face-off here for Beaches. Wins it back to his man against Josh Ford. And now Ewan McKay down the near boards. He'll find Wills back again. Sheehan ties the game with just over 2 minutes left to go. Here in the period, both teams have 2 timeouts as the shot's taken from the far side. That was Nikolic with it. His rebound rolls into the corner, looking for Firth. All the way up top was Palmer. He's one-on-one with McDonald. They got 8 to get over center, and they just do. Finally bouncing the ball to Barker. He'll leave for Charlie Boone. He asked the coaching staff about the rookies on this team, that they've been, most of them playing defense, but very well this season, complimenting the veterans like Sheehan, who ran through the crease after his shot. So that'll give Toronto the ball back, but very happy with this rookie core on the Buzz side. Kind
of an awkward possession there for Oakville getting through their sub pattern. Sheehan ends up getting a pretty good look at the end. Good finish to that play by Broughton, not letting him get across the crease, as for a second it looked like he might have had an opportunity to get across and maybe dive.
Matt Collison into the corner. They work it back through Nikolic. Collison's going to lower the shoulder, takes the shot. Finds his own rebound, looking for McPherson. The quick return sent it just wide off the end boards, brought down by McDonald. And there's just a minute left here in the period. Closing in on timeout territory. Kuhlman to McAlpine. Last man off the bench was Sheehan. They're calling Kuhlman off the floor. Sheehan, no one in the corner, so we'll find McAlpine. That shot bounced through the wickets and off a couple legs of Kizak.
We'll see what Beaches wants to do here. Potential 2-for-1 situation. Looks like they're going to hold for it.
33 on the clock right now. Firth. We've wondered a couple times if they would go 2-for-1. Riley O'Connor mostly likes to hold on to it and just get that one quality shot, as Palmer does low and scores. And that's why.
Yeah, that really is why, Matty. There's too many times where you go for the two for one, you miss the net, the goalie kind of slow plays it, something kind of junky happens. Instead, they just opt for a good look. And again, Oakville sitting back. It's been part of their game plan. So far, the goaltending has been up to the task, but you just give this Beaches offense enough shots at it. Palmer's been really one of the top 5 scorers all season, has been the leader on this right side for Beaches. A dynamic feeder, shooter, a lot of loose ball plays as well. Finally gets one to go here.
Oakville pick up. It's Jack Wright that comes across. Spin move. 10 to go. He'll take it to the crease and now pull out. Sheehan wants the ball up top. They'll go cross crease instead. Couple moves. Turning back. Josh Ford on the crease and in the crease. And then a pile on. Kizek over top. And this is going to draw a crowd with 1.1 left in the period. Haven't seen too much of this season, but a couple face masks grabbed over in the corner.
Ford going hard to the goal at the end of the period there. Just checking the name bar. Classic chirp. Unfortunately, the name bars out here don't mean a whole lot, so...
The guy without the name bar checks the guy who's got one. Not sure how comfortable I am with that move, but okay.
Name bars are hit or miss in junior lacrosse, but hey, the chirp still hurts. It still hurts the feelings.
Kizek to the bench here. Collison's got a full floor. Well,
so they're going to get a power play.
Yeah. So this is going to be
This is awesome. Look in front of the Beaches goal. They're just going to sling it. Love it.
Everybody moved away. Of course, the play there trying to block the view of Constantopoulos so he can't see the shot from Collison. That's a new one, but I mean, Riley O'Connor reaching in the bag of tricks.
There's no rules against it. It's not that dangerous if you throw a worm burner. I've thought about why teams don't do that more, especially in field lacrosse. Good try there.
Good try there. They had a couple good tries throughout that period, 21 of them to be exact, with 2 finding the back of the net. It's a 2-1 lead for the Toronto Beaches over the Oakville Buzz after your first period. You're watching the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week, fueled by Gatorade. We'll be back to the Toronto Rock Athletic Center in about 10 minutes' time.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing.
Let's go, raise up one time, go get it, it's yours, let's shine, come on.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Get ready, Ottawa. Box lacrosse is returning to its Canadian roots and giving the nation's capital the team they deserve.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
Back at the Toronto Rock Athletic Center here in Oakville for your Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week, 1 of 3 this week. We were in Brampton last night. The Excelsiors, an impressive performance to sit 4th in the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League standings. A win over the Six Nations Arrows, a rough loss for them. 4 games on the docket tonight, as Whitby in St. Catharines up 5-3 after 1. Burlington leading Peterborough 3-2 after 1. And Orangeville in Six Nations tonight as the Arrows go back-to-back. It is 5-2. This is the first in 2 nights for the Toronto Beaches as they'll be home tomorrow. Our next game is in Brampton on Friday as Firth starts a power play here to start this period. Beaches going right to left here in the second. Firth, the no-look behind the back over to Collison. Misplayed it a little bit. McPherson had to go chase. Now Collison with 5 of the clock gives back to Firth. His shot partially blocked. Collison brings it down, toe drag. Shot and save from Constantopoulos.
Good breakout there for Oakville. Eric McDonald makes a tough play. Looks like Beaches are going to turn that over.
Thomas Bagnell for Jackman shoots past his defender. Found the end boards instead. And McAlpine trying to dig it free, got run over in front of the Oakville bench. Will Sheehan just inside of center. Penalty time down to just about a minute here, as Jackman gives back to Sheehan. McAlpine being worked over by Ewan McKay. Nice switch to get Firth on the ball carrier, and the forced pass looking for Xander Durkatz in front.
Not a bad look,
Didn't
but
go.
Still 10 seconds left on the shot clock. This is such a dangerous Beaches power play. I think if you're Oakville, you got to try to get every second that you can. As we watch this Beaches power play, here's the same play we've seen a couple times.
Palmer setting the screen, opening the shot for Firth on the wrong side. And McPherson grabs the rebound. Collison and Firth. Him and Palmer play catch. They go behind the back again to Collison. Firth a big fake, and that forced the defender to come up and make the shot, which opened range for Palmer.
Yeah, I was going to say, Palmer's got to be ready to be aggressive on the power play with Collison and Firth. He's open pretty much every shift. Every team is going to shade hard to the lefty side. A great look there, just couldn't get it to go. But Palmer's going to have a big role in this power play because you got to take away the 2 lefties.
Palmer sitting third behind Firth and Will McLeod of Burlington. I'm going to change my name to Will so I can get lots of points in Junior A. Here comes the shot. Kazak the save. Finished that thought. Palmer third with 48 points in 8 games. 63 in 8 for this man right here, Willem Firth. Off the post.
2 good shots. Obviously the post there and the one before that on the power play didn't miss by a whole lot. Feels like he's kind of narrowing in the scope here. History suggests he's going to get going sooner rather than later.
Which is not great news if you're a fan of the Oakville Buzz. Look out, Kazak.
I think that is the scariest play in lacrosse. And you're stuck behind the boards. It's either that or what Americans would call a buddy pass. We'd call a suicide pass up here. But it's either those 2 are the worst plays in lacrosse. When the goalie gets swinging the sticks behind the net, look out.
Here's Peyton Booth. Back down into the corner. This Palmer looking for Firth. That pass bounces away. And first power play of the game goes Aaron, a 2-on nobody. Back the other way. Kuhlman. Shot off Kazak. Made the save. Pardon me, that was Ryan Barker in transition. Beaches do pick up the rebound though. And keep an eye on that this period as Oakville do like to run and showing the legs already.
Yeah, another good shift for Barker there. He's been impressive in this game, the biggest defender on the Oakville defense.
Collison looks into the corner. No shot. Now it does come from A.J. Nicollet. Rebound picked out. Kirchmeier, McDonald, off the bench, comes the help. Shot from Sheehan. Kazak the save, and back-to-back transition opportunities now for the Oakville Buzz. And if Peterkin handles that, he had Firth behind everybody. Coleman for Sheehan. Slowing things down a bit. Peterkin, bit of a one-hand chop. The ball gets moved over to Jackman now. Big swim move, lane cut off, no room to shoot. Jackman goes back up top. Durkatz, couple hops, no room for him. Now he does take a shot around a Sheehan screen. Wills, excuse me, that's
Oh boy,
Tyler
Oakville
Francis
dodged a bullet
Renner,
there.
excuse me.
Sorry, Matty. Oakville dodged the bullet big time. Just couldn't connect the dots there to Firth. He's wide open.
Just struggling to speak, don't worry.
Hey, just words are hard, man.
Well, math is hard too. I'm running out of options if I can't use my words. So, Booth shot wide, ends up on the back of the net. No room for Palmer, no time either. It's a shot clock. Sounds.
No, I'm proud to report. During the intermission, I went and played lacrosse on the floor. It's exactly as fun as it was when I was 6. It's great.
You versus all the U12s that are over there? Is that what happened?
I dominated, Matty. I'd beat any one of those kids in a one-on-one game, guaranteed.
Oakville U7's in the house right. Took a high hit, and that knocked the face mask askew. Took a couple extra steps. Here's McKay with a few of his own as he comes and shoots wide. He's going to bounce down right in front of Riley Ford, who slows down, going one-on-one with Broughton. Jackman, a big pick. Get those blonde locks out of the way. Here's McAlpine, returning back for Jackman again. Jackman, McAlpine, high shot off the end boards. Ford in front, scores.
It's been this kind of game where these are the goals, the only way you're going to score. Both goaltenders have been stellar so far. Not a lot of pretty passing play, kind of a disconnected game. As this Oakville goal song goes, I love this goal song. Just a good shot, good look from McAlpine, and then Riley Ford finishes it off. Does a good job. You know, when you pick up those rebounds, sometimes there's a kind of tendency to just shoot it right away. Good job slowing his mind down, you know, getting through his fakes across the crease. Got distracted by the goal song.
I thought you missed it the first time. Was surprised there was no comment.
It's a good vibe, man.
Josh Ford had the ball caught in the stick. That's the second time on the faceoff, and after Riley O'Connor paid attention to it the first time, the officials were onto it here the second.
Hard-hitting analysis over here.
Lubinecki. Pass across to Firth.
An Oakville fan is fired up in the crowd.
The McAlpine fan club in attendance can confirm. Look out here, Kazak. That one hit off his stick.
Heads up.
Hit forward in front. McKay had to wait for it to get down. That one is an over and back call. And it'll be Josh Ford. Gets run into the boards and goes down hard at the hands of Matt Firth.
Letting him play here in the second period.
He's going to stare down Joel Furman and discuss, but while he's doing that, there's already 5 Oakville players on the floor. Jake Dawick's shot nearly hit his own man, who was cycling behind the net. McAlpine there to pick up. Shot coming. It does from Jamison Steele, who's had a couple multi-point games, multi-goal games this season, the rookie, but not that time.
Yeah, Kaiser just cleans up so many mistakes for this Beaches defense. You know, that's why they're undefeated. They have the offensive firepower, a good defense, and then an eraser back there. If you're Oakville, you can't get frustrated. You got to keep getting good looks. You know, I think on these good goaltenders, high or low is better than high. Get them to the feet. Hope that good things happen.
Don't think it should be surprising that we've got such a low-scoring game with Kazak and Konstantopoulos and the two defenses that are in front of them. Jackman down low. Ford turns and fires, and he's heating up. Play the song. Let's go.
I was just going to say Will Sheehan is about to go bar down because he loves to make me look really stupid on these broadcasts, and Riley Ford says, I got you back. Hey, Donnie, you think I should go low? How about a little underhand cheese? And now we can let the music play. We actually got a water break here.
Yeah,
Extra
a goalie's doing you a favor.
Perfect.
Get a little extra play from the DJ. Riley Ford going back to back. And I can't remember the last time we've done a Beaches broadcast where they've been behind in a game as they are right now, especially the fact that they've got 26 shots to 18. 3-2 your score, 12 to play here in the second period. Bit of an explanation required over at the Toronto bench. Before we go back to the face-off dot. Josh Ford has taken nearly every face-off. Maseko's been kind of in and out at the dot. Those two are tangled up as it's brought down by Peterkin. Those two still going at each other at the face-off circle. Collison, no, and now there's all kinds of their gear and everything down. I think Maseko and Ford are both headed off here. This battle extended into the possession.
Yeah, the two face-off guys just gonna have a good little wrestling match here. I'm not up to date on my wrestling scoring. I think that's a couple points for blue in there. Gonna have to get reset after the penalties.
The wrestling I know is if the lights go out, that means bad things. That's all I know. Collison, low shot off the end boards. Doesn't bounce far enough for Lubinecki. And look out here. Here comes Oakville. McDonald. Bagnall in front of him. Caden Hewitt forces him wide, and the shot on the run goes off the glass and up and out of play.
There's no doubt that the pace has picked up in this game, and I think for the most part it's favored Oakville. You got to be careful, obviously, in transition with some of the dangerous lefties coming off that Beaches bench, but the increased pace has been okay. It's just been a sloppy offensive game for Beaches.
Lubinecki to Firth, his shot there, and Constantopoulos makes the save.
And just a lot of outside shots so far. That's been the game plan for Oakville. It's worked very well. You know, some really dynamic shooters, and Constantopoulos has been up to the task every time.
Sheehan from outside. He'll find McAlpine. By the way, we are 5-on-5. Those two penalties offset. So they'll serve 2 minutes. And watch the shot go off. Kizek, and the rebound picked up by Sheehan. Just now realizing it was the face-off twig in the penalty box, so a couple get thrown over the glass.
Oakville giving them a taste of their own medicine here with the repeat possessions.
Dawick stuffed. He'll go outside into the corner, trailing the play. Now trying the crease dive from behind, and that is the OJLL rule on display. Sheehan gets dragged out of the crease by one of the Beaches defenders. They've been close to Kizek a couple times tonight, and the Beaches aren't going to stand for it. Now look out, Collison. Big screen coming up from Firth. Collison took the shot anyways, and meanwhile Bagnall was headed back down floor again. Pass over, and Kizek with a big save on Will Simmons.
And up and down we go here. Not very many stoppages in this game. We've played 30 minutes lacrosse and a 10-minute intermission in 51 minutes here.
McDonald, the spin move. Up for Kirchmeier. He'll wait at the restraining line to try and get an offensive set here. Past the halfway mark of regulation. Riley Ford up top. Pushed out of the pile and taking the long route. Charlie Boone. He'll now go back for Durkatz, who cuts to the net. Lost the ball on the way through on a good stick check as it's played up for Matt Firth. Speaking of players that need name bars, thought that trade would have brought one into existence for Firth, but so far not yet. Nikolic, corner. Palmer to Firth, back to Palmer again. Hard shot, hit something in front, and this one's going to roll back outside the restraining line. Lubinecki makes sure it doesn't go cross center, but now Nikolic having trouble with it in the corner.
Yeah, small play there, but a good one by Lubinecki just to keep it in the defensive zone. Oakville might have been off to the races, and now Beaches has time to get their defense set up as we continue to get up and down here.
Jameson Steele into the corner. Dawick on the crease, and in the crease was Steele. And this is turning into, what, an 8-minute roughing minor for those two guys in the box?
Yeah, the scorebug's not broken, folks. It's 3-2 here, well over halfway through this game. Or not well over, just over halfway through this game.
Booth's shot went in, and I think that hit Cody Merritt. He's checking the ear hole here. That caught him clean in the helmet. McDonald.
Don't rub it.
No, he's going to need to get it checked out, though. Sheehan to the outside, Jake Wright. Wright will put it back up top. Sheehan again. Big tie up in front. I think Peterkin's going to go. The Kazak chop nearly came into play there again. Misplayed up top for Wright late in the shot clock. We'll let one fly from distance, and we'll get the high sticking call here against the Beaches.
Didn't catch the penalty here. I think it was another off-ball one. Saw a lot of these on Sunday. Only a few penalties here so far tonight. Not seeing a whole lot of pushback here from the Beaches bench on this one.
That does release Josh Ford and Jaden Maseko, by the way, who are in the box officially for 4 minutes and 26 seconds, I believe.
So last power play, they didn't really run anything. Sheehan just stepped in. I wouldn't be surprised if they do the same thing.
Sheehan's up top. Jackman there with him. They do run a play. It's a screen from McAlpine. That Sheehan shoots around, and then Jackman reaches in front of Wills to pick up the loose ball.
Good read by Kazak there, stepping out. Sheehan got him on the low to high that time. He steps out, closes the angle, makes it impossible.
Riley Ford turns and shoots himself, was looking towards that glove side, turned aside by Kazak, but it's another 30 seconds.
It's got to be from the top here. We have a good angle of Ford at the shooter. He's got nothing to look at.
Sheehan shoots through the defender. Kazak jumps on it. Wills is headed to the bench. Kazak looked up. There was no one there.
Penalty coming to Oakville here. So if you're Beaches, you got to get as much of this power play down as possible. Try to extend your power play on the flip side.
I wonder if it's not going to be too many men as they were rushing back the other way.
I think it was a slash on Sheehan.
Okay.
Trying to cut the break.
Firth, Palmer, back for Collison. He takes two defenders with him. They're all over him. Out in front, Lubinecki couldn't pick it up cleanly. If he did, he had a wide open shot, but we will get the penalty with 42 seconds left. In the Toronto minor, you're right, Donnie. It's Sheehan headed to the box.
Yeah, I couldn't catch who it was on Beaches, but just a breakout after the shot. Sheehan turned around, got him with the slash.
Owen Wills.
Yeah.
Blocked the Sheehan shot first and then turned around and took off.
Yep. 4-on-4 here. That good opportunity for Collison there at the end. A good example. Again, you're not going to strip him. You got to get on the cross check. Try to just contain him. The 4-on-4 here. Good look for Beaches.
Firth calls in. Lubinecki all the way down to the corner. This is Palmer. Firth had cut through the middle, and that one just bounced off his stick. Very uncharacteristic a couple times now for Firth in this game that hasn't handled passes cleanly as he normally does.
Yeah, really for the entire Beaches offense. Just hasn't been as crisp. You know, this is one of the best handling offenses, best passing plays that we've seen. Just one of those nights.
Riley O'Connor did tell me they're not focused on the record as much as they are getting better. I told him I thought they did pretty good in Orangeville, but he said there's a lot of stuff they need to clean up, and they're only halfway through their season, so there is time.
Well, that's obviously a little bit of coach speak, but it's also the right thing to do. It's how good teams operate. Like I said, it is too early to be talking about that record, but one of the reasons why these records are hard is because you can't have an off night, ever.
Up top, Firth. Palmer all alone on the crease. Had to reach through to pick it up. The other thing he said, though, was this is just a team full of guys who hate to lose. So he said, today, we just don't want to lose this game, and then we'll worry about not losing tomorrow when tomorrow comes.
No doubt. I think that's exactly the right attitude. That's how successful teams do what they do.
And I actually believed him when he said that part. It didn't sound like coaches speak, but despite what the rest of the conversation went. Here's Dawick. all by himself for now. This is a penalty kill on the Oakville side of things. 25 seconds left. And Toronto will get one more chance.
Oakville got away with too many men there behind the play.
Yeah, that's happened a few times.
Not to be a tattletale.
In this game. No, that's okay. I don't think anyone down there can hear you. Firth takes the shot. 5 left on the power play, scores.
Only a matter of time before this got going. This is going to be a double pick, so McPherson and Collison both pick the shooter. Barker actually does a pretty good job of standing up to that, forces Firth back into the alley, and then he just steps and shoots around the screen. Not a great angle, but obviously a great shooter, and like we said, it was only a matter of time before he got online. The problem for Oakville, Matt, is you feel like you've played really, really well so far, and you have. Firth finally gets one to go, and all of a sudden it's tied again. Like, you didn't really make up any ground there in the time when Beaches was scuffling.
Firth, by the way, 3 points. He's been in on all Toronto goals, as has Palmer, who picks up an assist on the power play. McAlpine to Sheehan. Wanted to go around the outside. A pick there, clears Wills. Sheehan recovers, spins out of the corner. Wills forced him just far enough that he couldn't take a shot. Comes back towards the restraining line. Right with it. Right from the outside, has to jump over top of Warnarski. And Jake Wright's shot didn't get there in time.
Goes with the field across jump shot there, coming up the hash. Pretty good look.
Nikolic. Cross to Collison. Big fake, steps in, shoots. Constantopoulos the save. Collison so dangerous on that play. As he's done, Ryan Bullock. And that blue bucket. Corral this ball. It was close to over and back. Knocked over by Collison, actually. Who gets the ball here? One-on-one with Barker. Down to the corner. Firth in front. Intended for Palmer. Off a stick of a defender. Now knocked away from Nikolic. Loose ball battle. Nikolic will pick up. Dying seconds of the shot clock. Does get it on. But it was a weak one and an easy save for the Oakville netminder.
Here's another potential cause turnover for Beaches, though. This is what they do.
Coleman just able to keep it on side of center, but as he batted it back, there was no one back to help. So Tyler Francis Renner back to the crease to Firth to the back of the net.
And this is why Beaches does what they do. You can see Coach O'Connor looked at right at him after the goal, just clapping up and down the bench. It's the team goal. Starts with the cause turnover here. They push it, and you got to find Firth. Again, in these unsettled situations, obviously he didn't cause this turnover, but scores off the cause turnover. You work so hard all game to contain him, then he gets a breakaway, 3-4 breakaways a game, and that's where he really kills you. For Beaches there, a good play by Francis Renner. And you just got to be clean on your exits. That's one that hurts because it's kind of an unforced error with the bad pass in the backcourt. But a few different ways it'll get done. Collison had the strip before that, the bad pass on that one, but Beaches is just excellent at earning extra possessions. Still +8 in the shots category.
Here's Firth to Collison. Back across near side, Lubinecki. Firth down in the corner. Collison blows up his man, and he's got tons of room to shoot. Constantopoulos there to make the save, and all the hands are up and on the bench to slow it down.
And now the pace is way better for Beaches. This is what momentum looks like. Now they're starting to buzz, starting to get through the middle. Extra possessions again. A noticeable difference from just 2 minutes ago.
McPherson back to the corner. Lubinecki. McPherson fakes the shot. In front, Lubinecki. Collison had lost his glove, picked it up and his stick, returned to Chop, and I'm not sure who's going to get the penalty in the middle here.
When people talk about lacrosse as a game of runs, this is what it looks like. This is what it feels like. Firth, nothing's really going Beach's way. They get probably a little bit of a lucky penalty call on Sheehan. Firth finds a way to get one through. Then all of a sudden that picks up the boys a little bit. Bad pass by Oakville. Beaches finishes, punishes that one. Now the bench is fired up. Great pace on that possession. Leads to a reset. Leads to a penalty drawn. Now you're back on the power play. This is what a run looks like.
Interesting that Firth wanted to start with the ball, and Riley O'Connor motioned him down into the corner, so that usually means that there's a play coming. Sidearm shot from Firth, initially blocked. Second one through, hat trick for the big man.
And right on what I'm saying, this is what it looks like, right? All of a sudden it feels like the net's a little bit wider. This is the same play, the double pick on the shooter from McPherson and Collison. Defended pretty well. They get 2 looks at it. A great call by you, Maddie, something we've talked to throughout this summer. If someone's somewhere unusual on the power play, that means they're gonna find their way back to their spots, right? So you see Firth, that's a play Orangeville's been doing for many years. If you see someone like Trey Deer in the corner, expect him to get back to the top of the formation.
Clean win by Ford. Brings it down, 3 straight goals now. All of them Willem Firth, the natural hat trick. Takes less than 3 minutes.
And Oakville hasn't really played offense in this run here. The caused turnovers, the faceoffs, the penalty.
That's Collison's first point of the night, the assist. Palmer down in the corner. Nikolic up top, the bounce shot, misses everything before it goes up and into the screening. Before that Orangeville game, I was talking with the Orangeville staff about Firth, and they said, he's going to get points. We just can't have him get, a 10, 11-point game against us. If he ends up with 4, I think we're okay with that.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be, if you're an opponent, we'll take his points in the 5-on-5 sets against our defense. If he beats us, he beats us. But he finds ways to score so many easy possessions as Jackman finds a way to get this run stopped.
Outside sidearm shot past the defender. And it does put an end to the 3-goal run.
A little bit of a cross pick there. Jackman just steps back, shoots it right off his defender's hip. Looks like that went piping in. He's fired up, as he should be. It's been kind of a crazy game so far. Oakville's goal is not necessarily pretty, but they absolutely will not care. They don't ask how, they ask how many. And that's a big goal for Jackman. He's been one of the top 3 scorers this year for Oakville, but it's Sheehan and then a fair drop, and then McAlpine and Jackman. So any secondary scoring they get outside of Sheehan is really a good sign for Oakville.
Sheehan assists on the goal, gives him 3 points. Same with Jackman, same with Riley Ford, who has a pair of goals. And Oakville will call timeout, the first one by either side here in this game.
So 35 seconds left on the shot clock, meaning it will be a 5-on-5 possession here. Expect Oakville to take this down as far as they can so that Beaches won't get anything on the flip side. You got to just come up with your best play. Offensive coordinator Robert Hudson plays his NLL ball in the wintertime with the Calgary Roughnecks, former teammate of mine in Oakville. We actually played together as kids in Oakville as well. Former team of mine in Midco, played together in Oakville when we were kids. A very smart lacrosse mind, and I'm sure he'll have something good drawn up for the boys.
Correct one stat. They've added an assist to Riley Ford, giving him points on all 4 of Oakville's goals. A reminder that you should subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you turn on your notifications, you'll get an alert every time we go live, including Friday night from Brampton. That is an 8 p.m. start. Kitchener-Waterloo, who are suddenly surging, 3 wins, including back-to-back against Six Nations. They'll be in Brampton for what I'm sure will be a tight battle. Those 2 teams always play each other well.
Yeah, Brampton with a couple guys getting back to school. Ty Scott getting back from Denver. Denver with their academic calendar, one of the latest schools in the states to get back. So something to watch across the country. Guys like Cody Miloski, Ty Scott getting back into lineups. Noah Manning out in Victoria. So Brampton finally at full strength.
3 hat tricks for the Excelsiors last night. Bowie Horseman, not one of them. Here comes the play for Oakville. Running it down into the corner. Jackman's shot was looking low on Kizek, who immediately calls timeout with 6 seconds left. And it'll be a 6-on-5 set back the other way for the Beaches, you can assume. Kizek, by the way, does have a goal this year, but wasn't going to happen that time with Konstantopoulos standing about 200 feet away.
Yeah, he's got a goal, and he's been a significant difference maker. Has really been, I think Firth probably the MVP, but the secondary, player to that, been one of the most important players we're not in the rankings business, but if he's not the best goalie in the OJ, he's certainly, on a very short list of contenders.
Not the official rankings business. I've seen your work.
I mean, he's really good. He checks all the boxes. He's got NLL experience. As you've talked about throughout the summer, the NLL experience is a little bit of a blessing and a curse sometimes as guys come back to the OJLL. As far as we've seen him, he's been sharp right from the jump. He's athletic, gets out, handles the ball pretty well. He kind of checks the boxes.
I'm trying to figure out if that's... No, I think it's just painted woody, right? Not plastic?
I don't think so. I think it's wood.
Okay.
He probably had to get a custom one there for the 6'7" frame.
Because I know we were talking about Connor O'Toole and his plastic stick the last time we were in Brampton, and it was on display last night as well. Here comes the play for the Beaches. Hurried up with speed, McPherson passes to first, and they missed. And that's going to end a 5-4 second period here in favor of the Toronto Beaches.
Yeah, good battle back by Beaches. That goal by Jackman really was big. I think if you're Oakville, you can still go into this period intermission with some good vibes. Obviously, gave up the lead there. But good lacrosse that period. Pace really picked up and finally some goals towards the end.
Going to be a tightly contested third. We invite you back in about 10 minutes' time. Beaches lead 5-4 on your own OJLL Game of the Week, which is fueled by Gatorade.
Gatorade. With electrolytes to help replenish what's lost in sweat, carbs to help fuel your working muscles, and fluids to help you hydrate. Scientifically formulated so you never stop competing.
Yeah, let's go. Raise up one time, go get it. It's yours, let's shine, come on.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Gatorade.
Get ready, Ottawa. Box lacrosse is returning to its Canadian roots and giving the nation's capital the team they deserve.
You can catch the fun with lacrosse, Canada's national summer sport. Everyone can experience the excitement of lacrosse, where fun meets fitness and friends are made. Lacrosse is one of the youngest organized sports children can play. And with 66 clubs throughout Ontario, everyone can get in on the fun. Visit playlacrosse.com. Our interactive map will help you find a lacrosse club in your area. Join the Ontario lacrosse community today. Ask a parent before going online.
Back at the Toronto Rock Athletic Centre in your Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week. The Oakville Buzz and the Toronto Beaches. Jonathan Donville, stop me if you've heard this one before, but Willem Firth has the Beaches back in this game.
Yeah, and it didn't take very long, right? That's the one thing that this Beaches team can really do to you is they can hang a couple on you in a hurry. I want to say, by the way, going back to the music, a lot of different vibes in this building. You know, Orangeville, if you're in Orangeville, you get classic rock.
Yep.
Intermission, goal, that's what you get. Here we get, you know, the saxo beats at the goals. We get time to play the game out of the period break. A good little mix-up here. I like what they got going on.
Not sure what that was about between Thomas Bagnall and Josh Ford. They were both leaned over the face-off sticks. I thought Bagnall was trying to show him, or Ford was trying to show Bagnall how to take it. But with a win like that, why would you show anybody else? Coleman dragged it out of the pile, sent it sky high. It drops down for Charlie Boone, who will float it towards the crease. And it's caught by Kazak.
Nothing worse than the last second fake that went too far. You just slowly see the ball leave your stick. Nothing worse.
Willem Firth.
Other than all the things that are worse.
Seam came up as he tried to slam the brakes. Firth feeds Collison in front. The twist shot handled by Konstantopoulos.
Good job there by Konstantopoulos to get back in his net. I think he was a little bit far out when the pass went in. Collison tried to reach around him. He gets back to the pipe, snuffs that one out.
I think Peyton Booth may have broken a stick there. He goes sprinting off to the bench. Sheehan, meanwhile, feeds it through. Excuse me, that's Durkatz with the highlight reel.
It's been a choppy game so far, no more. Durkatz goes with the John Grant Jr. BTB. Let the music play. That is sick. Gets the boys fired up.
Got everybody fired up. I would think Sheehan and Finn Morgan.
You could tell that Kazak didn't even try to like attempt to see where that was going. Just tried to make himself big and kind of block it. But you know, that's what they say about BTB. It's hard for the goalie to pick up. The between the legs is just another level of that.
Barker involved in another big battle that's won by David Peterkin. Barker flips his man into the Oakville bench. He's officially eliminated from the Royal Rumble. That is the other thing I know about wrestling. If you go over the top rope, like Warnarski did there, lost his stick in the process. Meanwhile, this shot from Firth gets all of Konstantopoulos and up, and it'll be a roughing call. I think the easiest one the officials are going to make tonight.
Warnarski found himself in the Oakville bench like, this is not where I parked my car. I'm in the wrong place. And now he's looking for his stick. His stick's in the Oakville bench somewhere.
And there's nobody going to help him.
You know, this is a little later in the summer, Matty. Maybe that stick comes back in like 3 pieces.
Yeah.
You know, I think worse things would happen.
I was going to say, if it's later in the summer, there's a couple more Beaches players over there too. But.
Right. Yeah, maybe the stick never even comes back. It gets lost somewhere on that bench. Firth in the corner again.
Yeah,
expect this double pick.
I was just going to say, let's see if they run the exact same play. They started, but with that different little hitch look like we talked about last time we saw them. Here's Bagnall. Turns and gets chopped in the face mask by Collison. That's 2 games in a row that Collison's been back on defense, trying to take transition away and ended up drawing a penalty. Remember, he was all over Aiden Long in Orangeville the other night and got a hold.
The PLL analyst Ryan Boyle has a great kind of saying that when you're in the clear, nothing good happens with one hand on your stick. Here's another good example. Nothing good has ever happened when an offensive player has one hand on a stick. We talk about goals, really nice shots. We call them an any leaguer. That'll go in any league. That's an any leaguer. That's a penalty in every box league.
It's called a slash, and it's 2 minutes on the board. And I think Collison may have got away with one there.
I think that's the right call. I don't think he was trying to hurt him or anything like that. I'm cool with 2 minutes for that one.
Yeah, I guess the one hand, looking back, we've got the stream that's delayed a couple seconds. See it again.
It's sloppy. I don't think it's malicious.
It's a great way to put it. Here's McAlpine, 4-on-4 again. We've been that way a couple times. Sheehan with too much room to work. Play it, DJ.
And what do we talk about runs, Matty? They find a way to stop the run at the end of the break. They get the between the legs goal in a game when you felt like you couldn't buy one for a while. You get a between the legs goal, nicest goal of the year, and then all of a sudden you're starting to buzz a little bit. You dump a guy into your bench, so what? You get a penalty. The boys are fired up. Who cares? We keep rolling. Get to 4-on-4 on a good hustle play. You know, you pick off the pass on the penalty kill. You force Collison to take a penalty, and then you get a nice one from Sheehan, who's one of the slickest players in the league.
We changed it up.
There we go.
Okay.
We're back. We are back.
Here's Wright. Back to the net, and he score.
Play the song.
The right one. A fun one tonight in Oakville, especially if you're a fan of the Buzz right now.
Right off the face-off here, Oakville's just going to find a way. Yeah, he just picks it up, takes it right to the house. Really good composure there. I think Kazik thought he was going for that big fit, that first shot. Hits him with a big pump fake, keeps running. The old water break after a run, Matty.
Yeah. Signaled by Kazik coming 2 minutes and 9 seconds
into the break.
After they've been you know, that was, I remember back to the bubble season, that was a point of contention with the goaltenders.
Yeah.
Stephen Orleman was taking them every about 40 seconds. Speaking of goaltenders, swinging the big wooden sticks as well.
Yeah.
He had a great junior A career, had a great tournament up until about the final game and a half here in the modified season. Owen Wills brings it back the other way for the Beaches, who, I mean, started this period in charge, and just like that, it's flipped the other way. Firth to the outside. Palmer, no Collison. He's still serving his penalty. McPherson back for Firth. Firth wheels over the top, no room to shoot. Palmer, McPherson all by himself reaches back and missed the net. Reached in by the Beaches. I think that's Lubinecki. Again, that difference for the OJ crease roll than it is in the NLL.
That's exactly the possession that Beaches wants, though. 2 east-west passes leading to a wide-open look, just couldn't finish it. Been a frustrating night around the net for the Beach, but that's a good look.
Up top on the run, Jackman. This time Kazik goes with it. Big rebound. Ryan Jackman has it again. McAlpine tied up in front of the net.
Funny how these resets go with the runs, too. You get a couple to go, and all of a sudden, you start finding the loose balls in the corners, but numbers for Beaches.
Tyler Francis Renner has a trailer that's shot. Resets the clock. Firth knocked down in the corner. Trying to get it back. It's Booth. Must have found that stick that he forgot in the room or whatever happened earlier on, because he gives back to Firth. Collison waiting to be released from the penalty box. We're now 5-on-5. Firth sheds his defender across. Booth shot. Constant topless to save. The rebound back. Bagnall in behind everybody again. But the Beach is quick off that bench, led by Ryan Bullock. Durkatz didn't miss that by much. The sidearm over the top. It's a fun one at the track tonight. Sheldon Broughton leaves for Hamish McPherson. Now Collison. McPherson far side. Double seal. Comes back here for McPherson. No Firth on this possession. As Palmer runs through, that's right off the face of Constantopoulos. He gives the official the thumbs up. He's good.
Good call there by Barker. This game was getting a little topsy-turvy. Oakville does have the 2-goal lead, and it's the right play to pull that out.
Jake Dawick for McAlpine. Ball all the way back up top to Steele. Feeding through from Ford with one hand on his stick. Nearly proved Boyle wrong there, but The shot at the end of the shot clock goes just wide. For my money, one of the best in the business. No Jonathan Donville, but he's pretty good too.
Ryan Boyle?
Yeah,
he's outstanding. Outstanding.
Firth is out there for this possession, but no Collison this time. Ball to the outside. Couple pushes in the back of Nikolic. He has to chase down the loose ball into the corner. Booth was there as well. It will be the American that, well, I was going to say ran away with it, but ran away from it because the shot clock was down too far.
You know, there are some pushbacks to the one-handed theory. Graham Hossack is one, plays the whole game with one hand on a stick and is awesome because he's the strongest person in the sport of lacrosse.
Right.
And is otherwise awesome at everything too.
I'm not going to tell Graham Hossack what he does wrong.
For offensive players, especially attacking in field lacrosse, nothing good happens with one hand on your stick. If you're Xander Durkatz, cool things happen with one hand on your stick when the ball's in your stick.
Collison, that toe drag again, up for Lubinecki quickly, and they score.
Good possession here for the Beach. As I'm talking about silly lacrosse theories, you're going to have pass, pass. This is how Beach wants to do it. When the ball gets moving, they're at their best, and then a nice twister to the hips. You know, it feels like it kind of has to be the hips on Constantopoulos. She's so big up top, got a good wide base, uses that stick really well to fill up the 5-hole. It feels like the hips might be the only place to really go on him.
Palmer and Collison with assists. Collison 2 points now. 3 assists and a goal for Greg Palmer. 43 shots for the Beaches on that most recent goal as well. Ball into this, out of the stick of the Buzz, and Riley O'Connor didn't appreciate the effort there. Clap of the hands, but a much different feel to it. Ball back to Charlie Boone, out of the corner. McAlpine, Sheehan's shot rises up over top of everything, and they're going to say that it hit off of Chris Harlan, the graduating senior player. And it'll be a fresh 30 here for Oakville. Sheehan.
We've seen these second possessions be really powerful this year.
McAlpine just shot wide. Defense may have had something to say about that. And David Peterkin in all alone. Constantopoulos with the save.
Huge save to keep the lead here for Oakville. This game is caffeinated, as they say.
Look out, Matt Firth.
Intoxicated, if that's more your flavor.
Was sniffing transition back the other way. If you're watching this and you need caffeine, there's something wrong. You need to go see a doctor. Firth. Fantastic game here at the track tonight. Firth from the outside. Bouncing around, goes to Palmer. Low shot just kicked out by Constantopoulos, but Hamish McPherson there to pick it up. A D1 championship game appearance for McPherson's Maryland team. Back for Firth. He cuts in on his man, stepped in the crease. Would love to see that again. And look out, this is the Firth specialty, the steal and the goal.
It's unbelievable. Like, he does this every game, Matty. You get away with one. Sick move there on the Toey.
I think that's a good call by the official, by the way.
He just gets up and keeps playing. 2 hands on his stick the whole time, except for when he picks out the loose ball. We'll give him a pass on the Lucy. Triple deke. He loves that triple deke on the power play. So again, if you're Oakville, you feel like you played so well, and now you're tied 7-7, 12 minutes to go.
Can you still get a Happy Meal if it happens just outside of the fan?
No, it's got to be a wider.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry, Willem Firth. We'll stick with the first specialty for now.
Go back and play defense, Willem.
No words for what Kazik just did. In the net there, lost his stick and everything and kept the ball in front of him somehow. Wow. Collison to the corner. It's returned back up to the big man. His shot hooked at the last second. Owen Wilson front, stepped in the crease. Bagnall, McDonald, look out. Thought there was a hit coming there with McKay. Quickly, they move it up to Riley Ford. Here's Durkatz. Halfway through the shot clock, Durkatz, no room to shoot. Off the bench. Pardon me, was Charlie Boone. Ball continues to move. Sheehan couldn't find Boone. Jackman picks up the Lucy. Late in the clock. Well knocked down, fell over top of the defender, and somehow it ends up in the back of the net, and Oakville lead once again.
Jackman just saying, I'm going to score this thing. I don't care who's coming. Takes on one. And then as he's stepping on his defender, he scores. That's sick. Let the song play. I was gonna say like Dante Bone, he had the Jerome Bettis. Maybe a little Derrick Henry stiff arm in there, a little shoving his guy down to the ground, but they do not ask how, they ask how many, and for Jackman, that's 2, and 2 big ones. They're up 8-7.
He's got a pair, Riley Ford with a pair, Will Sheehan with a pair. 8 of them on the board for Oakville, and another face-off win from Josh Ford here tonight. Runs away from a double team with the face-off, twig the bounce shot saved by Kazak.
Ford's a great player. He just does so many impactful things. Not a face-off guy. He's a great player who's very good at face-offs.
And in the face of the official for second or third time tonight, Joel Furman not one to back down either, by the way.
No.
Hamish McPherson up top, Collison. As the Beaches.
6-on-5 coming here.
Yeah, official down low has his arm high, so he's picked up a penalty. McPherson to Collison. He'll shoot through traffic. That one. Coleman going to stare down Lubinecki. Got to move out now. You're already going down 1.
This is going to be another off-ball one for Barker. Just, I think his size is a little bit of a hindrance here as he gets Firth in the head. Off the ball, his power play goes back. Firth has what, 4 of the last 5 or all the last 4 for Beaches? So, you know, I'll let you take a guess where they're going with Firth. He's in this top spot. When he's at the top, they like to go with that play for him to go to his offside. Sometimes they'll go all the way through to Collison as well, so maybe keep an eye out for that one.
Beaches 2 for 3 coming in to this power play opportunity. It'll be Firth up top. Here comes the screen down to the crease. That's where Collison was. Steps back, shoots, and a big save from Konstantopoulos. That rolls back and over center.
Great play by Collison to increase his angle.
Firth and Palmer play catch here. Collison down to set a brief screen. That shot off Konstantopoulos. Those little screens, more about him not seeing the ball as it is opening up shooting lanes. Firth to Palmer. Collison's going to go set another screen. Back for Palmer. The shot low on Konstantopoulos. Keeps it between the legs. Palmer, meanwhile, got run over as Oakville was heading off.
Great stand by the Buzz there. Bunch of good looks. Just kept fighting, staying in the play. Ended up getting the stop. A nice save to end it. Again, Palmer's going to have his looks on the power play.
Sheehan, one-on-one here with Chris Harlan. Gets around Caden Hewitt into the corner as well. 8 seconds, now down to 5 on the shot clock. Still manages to get it off the foot of Kazak, races on, and Oakville's Jackman will pick it up. They say no, it didn't hit Kazak.
So I think what the call is there, Matty, is I believe if your feet are below the goal line, it doesn't count as a shot.
Yes.
That's a safety issue for the goalies. Just basically so that guys don't ring it at the goalies' heads or at their back late. I believe that's what the call would be in this scenario. I could always be wrong. It'd be a long line of things that I've been wrong about.
Saw it again on the delayed stream, and I think you're exactly right. That's a great pickup by you. Collison, look at the ball movement here, east-west every time. However, the last one cleanly intercepted. It's Ford again.
Yeah, another impactful play by Ford. He's all over the place.
Bagnall. Textbook example. Josh Ford, who just got knocked down at the hands of Matt Firth. McAlpine Up top, Durkatz. For Ford, a player not offensively who can have an impact on the game. Durkatz got Kizak low. Oakville fans wanted a penalty, not going to get one. Here's Firth. Crashes in, steps back, shoots, finds the iron. And it bounces off the boards to Lubinecki. We are 5-on-5. That's the 50th shot on net for the Beaches here tonight. Collison spins. Can't find Firth on top of the crease. One-on-one, Collison, McDonald. He does go to his captain now. Bit of a short follow-through on that off the shoulder of Constantopoulos. But it is another reset of the shot clock.
It's rare to see Firth pressing. But it's worked out well here. He's normally a guy who really lets it come to him. It's clear. It's winning time now for Beaches. He's saying, give me the ball. And as I say that, he goes for a change. So
yeah, well, he's been out there for
3 minutes.
Yeah. Lubinecki, Collison.
Get to the goal.
McPherson was trying to get there, looked like. Down in the corner, Palmer. Collison up top, lowered the shoulder. He'll go back to Palmer. Off the boards, turning and firing that low shot. Patented Palmer. And then taken down far side. Palmer has a bit to say to the Oakville player. Here's Collison again, McPherson. His pass up top, Booth, corner, Palmer. Lubinecki, the only one who hasn't touched it yet, and McPherson knew that one was headed over and back, so he'll head off for a change.
Yeah, if you're wondering at home as well, I think there's an inadvertent shot clock reset there. The referee had the shot clock, so I don't think Beaches was going to get a look anyways.
8-7 with 6.5 to play here in regulation time. Sheehan feeding through. Shot off the face mask of Kizak from Boone. Here's Hewitt under our broadcast position. Oil Firth. Outside Palmer. They try the X play this time. Nikolic had a bit of trouble with it. Far side, McPherson now gives to Firth. No Collison on this offensive set. 5 on the clock, however. Firth all the way up top. One hand on his stick. Still manages to shoot, and Constantopoulos makes the save.
Yeah, I think we're seeing mostly two-man left side for Beaches, trying to get their best guys isolated over there. So I think that's why you probably didn't see Collison. I think we'll see 2 of Collison, Firth, and McPherson here most of the rest of the way.
Durkatz to the outside, Jackman. Riley Ford setting the screen. McAlpine came over to do the same. They find Sheehan on the crease with 5 to shoot. Goes over the shoulder, and it's intercepted by Wills. Had no room to run.
Good possession defensively for Beaches, but you got to get subbed out now. Time is of the essence here.
Wills and Francis Renner both head off. It is Collison and McPherson who come out this time, and you're right, no Firth. Lubinecki, the toe drag, he'll put it in the corner for Palmer.
I would certainly expect this to be the last off shift for Firth.
5 on the clock, Collison over top of a ducking McPherson, and I think the defender, Barker, might have caught enough of that to force it high.
Yeah, Barker's been excellent here. A good matchup for Collison there with the size. Forces the outside shot and then just gets the little lift as the shot's going, sends it into the mesh.
Outside shot, skips in on Kizak, rebound outside the restraining line. David Peterkin is there, also coming up and over center. Was another Beaches player. Riley O'Connor was asking about something as Oakville have it. Shot clock did not reset. Guess they're going to say Beaches did not have possession. Durkatz over to the far side. Ford has Jackman, looks him off, takes the shot wide off the end boards, and this one is going to go across center. Steele. Ooh, got to be careful with that. Left it. Palmer wanted the quick restart.
4 minutes left. If you're Oakville, you're saying we got to get 4 stops here.
Bagnall racing off that bench to take the quick reset away. Here's Firth. Firth to the corner. He'll give to Collison. 10 on the shot clock, shoots around the screen and scores. We're tied.
You know, watching PLL, Maddie, this weekend, I think a lot of fans saw the game by Brendan O'Neill. A great call by Anish Shroff in that game. He said Goliath is online. Well, Goliath's online now for Beaches. Collison's had a number of good looks in this game. Finally gets an important one. 3.5 to go, 8-8 game. The shots, I mean, Oakville's getting outshot by 16. 54-38 in-house on the shots. Beaches had so many looks. Now, most of those have been from outside the dotted line. They've been shots exactly like that. So, at some point, the dam was going to break for Beaches and for the Oakville defense. 3.5 to go.
Which, to be fair, is where most of their shots come from anyways. That's not anything new with this Beaches team, but you're right to tie it up. And just the third point that we've got unofficially up here for Collison, even though they credit that goal to Willem Firth.
Yeah, I think with Collison too, his shot's so heavy. Those are the ones that get through the 5-hole. They kind of just power through the soft spots. He's not going to get saved by a jersey too often.
Lubinecki to Booth to Palmer as they work the right side. Collison all alone up top. The shot comes from Booth off the face mask of Constantopoulos. We saw the quick nod after a little shake of the head back and forth. He says he's good to go, and now he's going to change his mind. That shot hit him square right up top. Initially said he was okay, but he'll ask for a word with the trainer.
Yeah, we talk a lot about our favorite things about the game, favorite sounds.
That's not a good one.
Yeah, that's about the worst one. Looks like he's going to be okay. Good to see. He's been outstanding tonight.
Yes.
He's got to have 2 minutes and 49 more great seconds, plus whatever comes after that if we need it.
Why wouldn't you want more of this? Sign me up for 7 games of it. How about that?
And just to get in front of it, we will not end in a tie.
I don't think that's possible anymore. Lubinecki to the corner. It's been nice working with you this summer. First cutting through as Palmer tried to find him. Collison out of the corner, spins while falling. What a shot! Even better save Constantopoulos, who comes out of the crease to throw the pick on Firth. How about that for phenomenal lacrosse? Sheehan. Over for Riley Ford. All tied at 8, nearing the 2-minute warning. Sheehan ducks, drives, jumps, crease, and then gets knocked down after the fact. That's been happening all night long. Much to the chagrin of the Oakville fans, the officials haven't bit yet, and they don't now either.
Sheehan is so slick getting underneath, and that's what it has to look like for him. He dives. Obviously, he can't dive in the crease, but kind of dives across the crease. A great take. Just couldn't quite get it to go. He's so good going down the alley.
Collison into the corner, McPherson. Trying to look over the top. Had a cutter that cut through. McDonald's going to jump, look for this loose ball. It's on the Oakville count. They got a clear center, which they do. It also goes over the head of Caden Hewitt, but there's no one back to recover for the Buzz. Beaches want them to leave it down there in the corner, because as soon as they touch it, it'll reset the shot clock. I believe this is on Oakville's clock.
Yep, it sure is.
And now it expires as Willem Firth goes back into the corner to grab it.
Oakville guys grabbing the kidney pads here. It's been a long game. You gotta buckle up. One more minute.
Especially for the defense of the Oakville Buzz. McPherson over the top.
2 lefties again here. It's been that look all the way through.
Screen from Booth, opens a shot from Lubinecki. Constantopoulos the save. Both teams do have a timeout here in the period as Barker brings it up and over center. It was basically a race to see who can get there to the bench first for the Beaches. Riley Ford took the shot without securing the ball cleanly. Now he does, over to the far side with 30 seconds left to play. Ford still with it. Got past one, out of the corner, fakes the pass. backs into a triple team now, and finally that ball pops free, and it's a timeout for the Beaches with 19.6 left to go, and perhaps one final shot.
All right, so 19 seconds, 8-8. Beaches are obviously going to pull their goalie. I'm not going to bet my imaginary house on this, that they're going to shut Willem Firth, but I'd bet something slightly less than that.
Okay.
You got to make somebody else beat you.
That was the incredible save earlier on in the period. The right foot making it. I thought it was the stick, but that is a beauty.
One thing to watch here, sometimes these scenarios can get a little bit tricky because there's 19 seconds left, and they're, like I said, they're going to pull the goalie. So if you're Oakville, you could get a little bit aggressive, try to jump the ball early, create a turnover, maybe walk this thing off.
Just gone final in Burlington, the Blaze. 13-8 victors and 8-1 third period there over Peterborough. 10-7, Orangeville continues to lead Six Nations. Looks like that one about to go final if it hasn't already. And dying seconds in St. Catharines, 9-8 Whitby on top. And that one has just gone final as well. So 8-8 your score here. Last shot coming up to the Beaches with Kizek on the bench. They will have Collison, McPherson, Firth, Palmer, Lubinecki, and Booth. Those are your six. Spread evenly across the floor. They'll wait for this to tick down. 10 on the clock now, as you see on screen. Lubinecki.
No shot.
Cross here to Palmer.
Good read by Barker.
Firth over the top. Barker went with him. Low from Palmer, who scores! .8 seconds away. They keep the season perfect.
Good read by Barker here, getting through the screen. Just a great shot by Palmer. We don't have a great angle of that. He's fired up as he should be. One of the best players all season in the OJLL. He says it's winning time. We're going back to the East End.
McAlpine and Wills chopping at each other. Barker wants to come in and play peacemaker. You got a tiny house to go back to tonight, my friend. Because it was Greg Palmer.
My imaginary house is gone.
They're just going to say run the clock after all this conversation, and it will hand Beaches a 9-8 victory for their 9th straight here this season.
Gutsy effort by the Beach here. Firth makes a bunch of plays at the end of the game to get them back in it. Palmer scores the winner. Collison with the big tying goal. This is how this Beaches team can hurt you. A lot of different guys who can get it done up top. If you're Oakville, you got to take the positives that you can from that game. It was a great effort. Just one shot short. Sports are cruel sometimes.
I don't think that was the best Beaches team we've seen all season. You said it at intermission. Some sloppy play, especially offensively. But if you are Oakville, we've been talking up this Beaches team a lot this year. That was a great performance, especially defensively, and from Evan Constantopoulos, who makes, again, Mathis Art, 49 saves. 49
saves, yeah. He was really spectacular. And, just the extra possessions really, I think, wear down the defense, and potentially the goalie, too. And that's something that Beaches really excelled at all year.
You can see how gassed they were
the
end of the game, and you pointed out.
No doubt.
Great game. Glad to be back calling with you, Jonathan, and my partner, Jonathan Donville. On behalf of him and Gary Morrison, the producer for the JVI Sports Network, Colin Grimes for the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League, and our director tonight, Chris Main. My name is Matthew Carrick. Thank you for tuning in to the Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week. Our next game is Friday night. It is KW and Brampton from Brampton Memorial Arena. It's an 8 p.m. start if you can get there in person. Otherwise, we'll be right here on YouTube. This has been your Ontario Junior Lacrosse League Game of the Week, fueled by Gatorade. Beaches win 9-8.